How to Play Pond Poker. Brought to you by Wild Forest Games. An exciting new card game for 2 to 8 players, ages 8 and up. Game setup. Step 1. Assign roles. The dealer, the timer, and the reader. Step 2. Separate cards by type. Pond cards, action round number cards, and penalty cards. Step 3. Shuffle each type of card. Step 4. Deal 5 pond poker cards to each player, face down. Step 5. Place 6 pond cards face up in the center of the table to create the pond. Step 6. Place action cards, penalty cards, action round number cards, and remaining pond cards in the center of the table. Gameplay. To win, score the most points at the end of 10 action rounds. The 10 action rounds are each 10 seconds. This keeps everyone engaged in the game, no time for surfing or snacking. However, you can adjust the playtime for individual needs, or skip the timer altogether. Flip over the first action card number. Use the frog to keep track of who starts each action round. Start by placing the frog in front of the player to the left of the dealer. Player 1 draws an action card and reads it aloud. Most actions will be performed by all players going clockwise around the table. As soon as the player reads the card, the timer starts the clock. Remember, you only have 10 seconds to complete your play. As soon as player 1 completes their play, the timer starts the clock for player 2, so be ready. Plan and strategize ahead for your turn. There are 17 types of action cards in the deck of 50. If you see a red stopwatch, the action is timed 10 seconds. If you see a green frog, this is a solo action card for the frog holder only. Discard each used action card to the bottom of the pile after the round is complete. Example. Player 1 reads the catch and release card aloud. Take 1 card from the pond and drop 1 of your cards into the pond. Cannot be the same card. Player 1 now has 10 seconds to choose a card and discard 1 into the pond. Player 1 has 2 green cards and decides to collect more green cards. Player 1 discards the pink jack and collects the green 9 card. Player 1 now has 3 green cards, a great start, but there are 9 more action rounds to go. Player 2 now has 10 seconds to make their play. Player 2 has 2 fours and a wild, and decides to collect fours. They discard the green 2 and collect the yellow 4 card. Great job! Player 2 now has 4 cards, but the game has just begun. Oh no, player 2 didn't finish before the timer. Now they draw a penalty card and keep it until the end of the game. Continue clockwise with the next player, until all players have completed the action. Now hop the frog to the next player, and flip over the action round card to number 2. Player 2 now draws and reads the next action card. At the end of round 5, and at the end of the last action round, count your cards. If you have too many cards, drop them into the pond. If you have less than 5 cards, draw from the pond card pile. Use the score sheet at the end of the last action round to score your hand. Remember to subtract penalty point cards. Player with the most points wins.